F-16 fighter jets play a key role in the Polish army. They defend Polish airspace and function as a deterrent. The safety of pilots and aircraft should be a priority. However, for months now, Poland's government has been cutting costs on the military. The strength of a country's defense often consists of a system of interconnected vessels, sometimes very small cogs in this military machine. There should definitely be no austerity in the military or uniformed services, because this is a path to disaster. Back in March, the newspaper Gazeta Polska Codziennie wrote about how the government, led by Prime Minister Donald Tusk, was cutting corners on F-16 maintenance. The military warned that there was no money left to paint the fighter jets with a specialized type of paint that reduces the visibility of the aircraft to enemy radars.
Siły powietrzne należą do tych.
The Air Force is a type of armed force that is expensive, but these costs are an investment in our security. Therefore, actions that could result in a threat are unacceptable. It is the government's obligation to provide funds for this purpose, all the more so because these are negligible funds in relation to the overall cost of maintaining the Army, Air Force, or even the F-16s. The F-16s are scheduled to undergo a thorough modernization, for which huge sums of money are allocated in relation to the cost of purchasing this paint. Savings and corner cutting like this inhibit these machines' functionality, and these fighter jets are a key aspect of Polish national security. Such a situation should never occur. No form of defense should be subject to savings. Anyway, the current law on homeland defense makes it impossible to reduce defense spending. It has to reach a certain threshold. I remember when that story first broke, it was a lesson for everyone not to let this kind of thing happen, even if we think it's about really basic stuff. These machines require proper servicing and detailed technical inspections. So why is Donald Tusk's government cutting corners on such a crucial issue? This is scandalous, but it is reminiscent of all those other cases, such as the ammunition and anti-tank missiles that were wandering around Polish territory. But that's not all. Very disturbing news is coming from the military bases in Łask and Świdwin. The hangars for F-35 Hussarz aircraft being built at the military airports are being constructed from lower quality materials than required by the manufacturer of these state-of-the-art fighter jets. The Ministry of Defense is looking for savings, thereby neglecting the process of modernizing the Polish army. We saw this in the case of the F-35 hangars, which are being built with inferior materials that are flammable, and this process may even lead to us losing the warranty on these machines. The worst thing is that this is all happening not just with the knowledge, but also with the consent of the current authorities of the Ministry of Defense and the head of government himself.
Stan budżetu Ministerstwa Obrony Narodowej wygląda źle.
The state of the Ministry of Defense's budget looks bad primarily due to the activities of Donald Tusk's government. The Minister of Defense received an order from the Minister of Finance that the obligations relating to the Armed Forces Support Fund be paid exclusively from the Ministry of Defense's budget. This is at the expense of modern equipment and the development of the Polish army. At what point does Polish citizens' trust in their own government and military institutions factor in? Donald Tusk governs on a case-by-case basis. He only became interested in the borders when the border defense movement appeared. Then it turned out that there were no suitable materials for painting F-16 aircraft. Then it turned out that the hangars for the F-35 were being built from flammable materials. That's the kind of prime minister we have. The safety of Polish citizens should always be paramount, but under the current government, the priority is cost-cutting.